see. Hey, I'm speaking later. So nothing for us on that. Let's see. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Let's see. So my ES target is I'm only trading 2 minute. I don't trade 1 minute. Um, the left chart, just standard signals, 8 ticks. My maximum loss stop is set at 40 ticks. But hope, any losers hoping to close it out for much less than that. The Yeah, the 1 minute versus 2 minute, that's more of like an NQ thing, depending on how the market is looking. I mean, you could probably just do the same thing with ES. It just looks low volume, but I've just stuck to the 2 minute only. It has a high enough win rate, more than enough profit. I mean, I've been tracking it for over 40 weeks, so no need to change that. So that's the left side of the chart. The right side of the chart is it's like the smaller point setup like Justin's been referring to on NQ. He's doing 5 points. So he just cuts his profit target in half. So I do that the same with ES. I just cut it down to 4 ticks on that one. So it's still in testing mode. And I noticed it's been hard to copy trade that. So even though ES moves slower, it still gets, I mean, it's not going to take a 1 tick, kind of get shorted, but there's times where I'm only pulling 2 ticks on the followers. Mm. August has been a much better month than July. Now it's going back up. And the move looks larger than what it is. 85. Well, I mean, now it potentially should be a 10-point move, but was it that big of a move on that candle? Just that the market hasn't expanded yet, so. Mm. Volume's pretty low today. That candle is probably a little over around 10,000. Signal came early. DPI or whatever's going on. Has had some red bars, has dropped below money flow and then back up. So it potentially could reset for another buy signal. For the 4-tick setup with ES, I just go on the first pass, which happened a long time ago. Let's see if it's making its top, going down. Morning, welcome to the stream, Daniel. Are any of you guys testing this out, trading it? Yes, NQ, RTY, YM, gold, oil, anything, even just sim. So the original, a 4 tick setup would have happened super early this morning. So really right here. Chicago time, close of this bar ended up being 7:30. So right when, if any news came out, anything this morning, no, nothing this morning anyway. So that's when that pretty much first pass, that's the only one I consider taking. I don't trade that early, so. Yeah, just after the color change. ES moves a lot slower than NQ, so I don't expect as nearly as much movement or opportunities. Um, so that's just what I've decided to do. So, but I mean, there are some background color change, profit wave, like all that triple G, triple R. Like not all of those would qualify for a 4 tick because the profit wave would be, on the opposite side. So if it's been like a really strong downtrend and then all of a sudden it pops up real quick, that profit wave hasn't had time, those EMAs haven't had time to cross over and have the green be leading, it would still be on the bottom. No, I mean, I backtested so many different systems. Geez, I was trading Apex stuff for a bit, like their Sniper, Simplicity, KISS system. I mean, if you look at my like early videos, from a couple years ago, uh, and with that, I mean, yeah, you could just go back and NinjaTrader. What's great about NinjaTrader is that you can't do market replay that far back, but you can load up the exact day. Instead, you can just go back. You just have to make sure you type in the right contract. Right now we're on 0925, so you just have to make sure you choose the right one, and then you can just see exactly how it looked at the time, and stuff. So I mean, I've done it with other stuff, or that was like a $200 a month subscription for that system, but nobody really seems to be getting it to work. And then what is it? The other one, Back to the Futures Trading. their time warp system. That one you have to actually purchase like a couple $1,000s for NinjaTrader. I mean, that one, it's it was so frustrating with that one. It doesn't work out of the box, or just like as far as the weekly videos they upload on YouTube and stuff. It's just, I mean, may have worked a long time, who knows and stuff, but I don't know. It was super hard. Um, and they seem to be coming out with a whole bunch of other stuff now. Like they've had that one for a long time, but it's like, oh, now we have this indicator, now we have that. And I don't know, it just feels like, again, someone's trying to sell you something, you know, and stuff. They're not like just add-ons that you already paid for. This one, at TradingView, my subscription doesn't allow me to kind of go back really far. I can go back a few weeks to load up on TradingView. Um, but I've had this since October of last year, or like, yeah, I think end of October is when I got it, early November, something like that. And so like I went back and loaded up, just kind of the standard recommendations. Oh, but yeah, I haven't, I'm just, let's see, the triple G, triple R, this four tick. I haven't looked at the 20 tick and stuff for NQ. I keep track of that. Let's see. I've done some videos where you see like the daily candles on certain things. So, that one, I haven't looked at it in a while, but this I used NDX, which is just like the index. You can only trade options on that. You can't buy any shares or anything except futures. But that's what I used for my data on that one, on the daily candles. And if you go for whatever the current price of NQ, you take a buy or a sell signal, it would, you go for like a 1% move on it. So if trading at 20,000, I'm going for 200 points. And then let's see. The I'll open it up after this candle, just in case if anything drops. And all right, so if you go in, I just double click trading rules, frequently asked questions. There, it'll go over profit targets, but he only puts for NQ and ES. That's it. And then his hours are a little bit later, so it's actually 30 minutes after open. Another thing this seemed to potentially work on is what is it? I think the British pound. trading FX. But again, it's like on a daily candle. You can't really do like 1 minute, 2 minute candles, or you can't get quick scalps on FX. The spreads are way too wide. So much, you'd get way too much slippage. There's no way you could effectively copy trade that, or or just it'd be horrible. Yeah, it's not like the futures. Um, but like the daily candles, we're going for a larger, and it was like the same rules as NDX. You just go for a 1% move of whatever the current price was. So that seemed to be promising too. Um, but it seems like a lot of these prop firm or the Forex are just shady, like you're never put in a real account. I mean, these are unregulated, or it's just you're not trading in a central exchange or like the futures market. So, it's where they can't put you in live accounts. The other ones, I mean, they could put you in a live account, but I don't think any Forex prop firm is probably putting you in a live account. So, and even just the rules, because even those daily candles doing the NASDAQ or doing the British pound, let's say you're still earning like 30 to 50% a year. So if you say you have like a $10,000 account, like real money, well, that's good for your own account. But let's just say you're in a prop firm account and the drawdown is 10,000. Well, they want you to make at least 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 before you even qualify for anything. So you're going to trade that for a few years. It's just like the rules are not even set up. Like I have no idea how someone could, make 100, 200, 300% trading FX. It just seems like the longer that you hold it, like you're just, it's like each trade is worth a lot to you. You're not even taking that many trades. So you would just, get blown out. Um, One that you have to do in your own account that looks promising, haven't looked at it in a bit, but is the volatility index, was it UVXY? It moves 1.5 times the VIX. So it has a natural decay to the product. I don't know if it's technically an ETF um, or an ETN, but it there we go, background red, got something different. Um, but that product, if you just look at the chart for it, it naturally just decays. Let's see. Just, we just had this huge explosion. Sure, but like look at the last 5 year. It was never really trading at $12,000. It's done all these reverse splits along the way. So, how this would potentially work for it is uh, you do the opposite of what the signal says. And so really you're just, every time a buy signal happens, you're just buying some puts. You're shorting it with through options. But then you gotta have an exit plan. And then I mean you could have multiple trades in a month. So it is something that looks promising, but again, it's your own money. So, and then what is it? It seemed like, and these are long dated options. Like you would buy like I think probably like 6 months or a year out. And so yeah, like the options. I mean, it's costing you like 30 or 50%. That's what the premium is. So if you're trading at $10, it's like $3 to $5 to get in that. And again, it represents 100 shares. Yeah, I mean, let's see. So I'm riding on 5.1. Yeah, still 5.1. I've not. I have 5.2 saved, the most recent update, but I have not been using it. Let's punch that down a little bit. All right, so this is the final candle. I don't think it's gonna be anything for us today, which hey, I'm okay with. We've had a lot of winning days. Every trade we've taken this month, we've won. So yeah, I'm surprised that this candle right here is green on yours. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, that hammered down and it closed at the bottom, with 94.50. I mean, yeah, it just closed near the bottom. Did 2 ticks. I don't know. I mean, I would say like if you kind of scroll right here, you have the eye, and maybe kind of turn it back on, reset it, or just change the instrument and then go back. Other than closing out trading, it's the only thing I can think of. That does it for us. Session is over. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I mean, my approach to this is I've been just reviewing it for a really long time. Um, I mean, I was trading it initially when I first got it, the shiny new thing, and then it gets frustrating, like any system, so it's just I've stuck with it, and you just keep track of the results, and start mixing in a whole bunch of new rules, new parameters. Just stick with, like this is just kind of all the standard settings, standard rules. And then I'm going for the normal profit target. I picked the time of day that it seemed to work best, the most movement volume for ES. It doesn't move crazy, it's not super fast. Works for the time of day I can trade. I mean, I had that stacked DMA, those dots, but I removed that. I don't have any other, the EMAs on. It's just a profit wave. That's it. So, I just pretty much want to see if it works out of the box in a sense. So, it's just my only filters are time. Let's see, Powell, whoever the Fed chair would be when they're speaking. So if they're speaking like, let's just say like they started a couple minutes ago, right as the session was ending, seems like those days the market just didn't move in the morning. So you're taking net losses overall. That's pretty much the only filters, or if you're doing the other ones, like, the news that comes out at this top of the hour. So whether, RTY, YMNQ, yeah, I could see not taking, those trades. You could filter out the news and stuff just to not get mixed up in it. That's about it. So I haven't watched Justin's, I guess, most recent video and his like Sunday evening trades and stuff. There's just only so many things I want to track. So All right, guys, I gotta take off now.